set the stage for, I guess we're going to call it Resonance of Fate. Set the stage. What's it all about?
Right. So Resonance of Fate, without giving too much away, is a JRPG, but with a slightly different twist to it. So you can already tell, like, the combat is all based on guns rather than swords and magic. And the game world setting is very unique as well. It's set in the world of Basel, which is like a tower-like structure. And you can see, like, in the backgrounds, there's many machinery mixed between, like, classic sort of European-style buildings. So it's almost like you can call it a steampunk visual style to it. The theme is like clockwork, so there's a lot of gears going on, and actually it's a clockwork-like machine that governs all life within this world, but people are unaware of that.
What about the main character and the characters, and where do they fit in?
Right, so the main characters, you have three different characters that you start off with. They all work as kind of like mercenaries, so they're like guns for hire, and they take on various jobs, usually kind of given to them, requested by people of higher society. So it could be anything from delivering something or taking care of unwanted people or creatures, let's say. So that's their everyday line of work, but I can't tell you what's actually going on in the actual main story, but because they're doing this line of work and they have people of high power giving them work, they start to get jobs which involve them more and more into the main story. So at the start, I mean, not too much is known, but I think it's a good angle. So you yourself, the player, and the three main characters really aren't exposed to everything at the beginning, but as you play through the game, the users and the main characters together, they can enter into this long journey and immerse themselves in the story.
Seems like a bit of a non-typical game from Tri-Ace. What elements would you say is typical of Tri-Ace in the game?
Right, so what's typical of Tri-Ace is that you can just see, like, straight away when you look at the graphics and the visuals, it's stunning. They've always made really stunning games, and I'm really pleased to be working with them and to see just such spectacle on the screen. And also the combat system is it's always been unique in Tri-Ace games. I mean, so it's kind of like a real-time combat. So it's not a typical JRPG turn-based combat system. And by making it real-time, but also now we've included gun gameplay. We achieved a whole new game style to the genre. So you see, kind of like influenced like by Matrix and the Christian Bale film. What was that? What was that Christian Bale film? Equilibrium. That's it. Yeah. So a lot of, instead of just kind of taking your gun and pointing at someone, shooting it, there's lots of acrobatics. There's loads of really cool moves, and just the you just see awesome action on the screen. So I hope that people really take a liking to that.
Could you compare the combat system to any other game to try and, you know, illustrate how it works?
Well, I can't really give you comparisons because I think it's really different to any of their previous titles, as well as everything else that's out there at the moment. So it would kind of be like a shooter RPG. So it's very much still a JRPG, but a strong shooter element to it. So with that in mind, for me especially, like I like to push that gameplay style and make it more appealing to Western audiences.
Speaking of that, I understand that you're running quite a tight schedule between the Japanese release and the Western release. Could you tell us something about that?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, schedule is really jam-packed, and myself and the producer over in the United States, we're working like really hard to finish the localization as quick as possible, but still high quality localization as well. So basically, US and EU release will be simultaneous release, so they won't be separated. Because usually what we see happen with JRPG is that the Japanese release comes out, 6 months later the US release comes out, and another 6 months later the European release comes out. And we just feel that that's really unfair to the Western audience, so we're trying to cut that time down a lot shorter than that. I mean, I can't reveal the exact release date, so I can't reveal like how much time we're cutting it down to. But Japanese release is end of the year, and we're aiming to simultaneous release in the West early 2010. So that's how quickly we're doing it. And Tri-Ace guys been really brilliant working with us as well. So they're really busy with the Japanese version, but they haven't neglected our side of things. So hopefully everything will work well, and we'll hit the release date, and people will get what they've been waiting for on time.
Could you tell us about the different titles of the game and why you choose the different titles in the West, and what they mean?
It's straightforward, really. I mean, we were happy with End of Eternity, but it's just basically like a trademark issue, really. It was already a registered trademark in the West. I think someone wrote a book about it, so I won't mention the author. So, but we couldn't use it, so we discussed in Sega West and with Tri-Ace, and we came up with Resonance of Fate. So I think it's a fitting name for the actual storyline that the game has.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.